Hello, I'm Anthony David Hobbs, and this is my review of Battlestar Galactica, Episode 11, The Young Lords. They don't actually call them the Young Lords in the episode, no, they're more like the Young Warriors, yeah. But okay, the episode, the title is The Young Lords, and here we have the Battlestar Galactica, is there, and not a lot of the story takes place on board the Galactica, but yes, that's the title of the show. Oh, before I start the review properly, Whizbit. Whizbit was a kids' TV show in the mid-1980s, and the theme tune went, ha ha this way, ha ha that way, ha ha this way, my oh my. Now, the Battlestar Galactica, the main theme tune, or more specifically, the intro before the main theme begins, it goes dun 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 dun, ha ha this way, ha ha that way, my oh my. Yes! And no other Battlestar Galactica reviewers have picked up on that. Yes, it's remarkable how similar it sounds to the Whizbit theme tune. Did the composer of Whizbit, was he a big fan? Or he or she, I don't know if it was a he or she. Was the composer a big fan of Battlestar Galactica, or is it just coincidence that it sounds similar? Yeah. Well, that remains to be seen, yeah. Anyway, this episode, the young lords, has two Colonial Vipers on patrol. So here we have some visual aid here. Here is the Colonial Viper, or more specifically, the 1978 toy version done by Mattel. And we'll open the cockpit there, and yeah, we can see. There we are, the pilot. Yeah, much smaller than the action figures over there. And yes, he has a helmet like a ancient Egyptian pharaoh. Yeah, and they never did the helmet for the Colonial pilots of the bigger toys. So yeah, that's good that we got the helmet accurate to the show there. Yeah. And the other thing is the wings can go up and down like that, and then down again. Didn't actually do that in the TV show, but it can do more than what it does in the show. And it has wheels, so you can it can be a ground vehicle as well. Little button here that fires the missile. Well, my missile is missing, but when it was new, yeah, it fired a missile. It didn't do that in the show, but again, it does more than it does in the show. And it has a number 10 there. They didn't have numbers. So, yeah, technically more detail than in the show. It's white when it's supposed to be grey, but is that because the toy, the X-Wing, was white? Yeah. Anyway, white plastic, and there we have good Colonial Viper there. Anyway, Starbuck on a patrol mission with Boomer. They're attacked by Cylons, and they manage to fight them off. But there's a price to pay. Yeah, Starbuck, the Viper, or the bottom, the base section of the Viper, has been shot really badly, yeah. So he has to land, and by the grace of God, there is a planet called Attila, and he has to crash land there. Boomer goes back to the Galactica, to get a rescue party to save him. So the Colonial Viper has crashed, yeah, on a swampy type planet. And it's called Attila, named after Attila the Hun, or was Attila named after this? Because these are the ancestors of them. Oh yes, another thing I like to say about this episode, it gave me vibes of He-Man and the Masters of the Universe. No, what I mean is, there's a medieval castle, so the people that originally lived on the planet Attila are like the ancestors of medieval Europe. Yeah, people that went on a... So yeah, there's connections between Earth culture and these alien planets. Okay, why does it remind me of He-Man? Well, because they have laser guns, and yet they live in a medieval castle. And they use swords and spears, primitive medieval weapons, and high-tech laser guns and high-tech spaceships and stuff. So yeah, mixing science fiction with medieval weapons, that reminded me a lot of He-Man, yeah. Except this predates He-Man. But the company that made these toys was Mattel, and Mattel went on to do the He-Man franchise, yeah. Okay, here we have Starbuck, who's captured by 5 Cylons, and he's a little bit injured. Then he's rescued by the young lords. Yes, children rescue him, yeah. Now, as a grown-up, I thought it's silly making children great warriors, great heroes and everything. But I first saw this episode when I was 7. Well, I'd missed the beginning, but I saw the second half when I was 7. And when you're a little kid, you think children being the great heroes is super cool, yeah. Like the Famous Five, or Chronicles of Narnia, or the Harry Potter books. Yeah, children being the heroes and saving the day. Yeah, when you're a little kid, you think that's really cool, yeah. But on a serious note, the children are great heroes because almost the entire population of the planet Attila has been wiped out. The Cylons have killed everyone. It's been a massacre, yeah. So needs must. Under normal circumstances, children shouldn't do any fighting at all. But because, but needs must. There's no one else to fight, so they have to do the fighting. They have to grow up early, yeah. So under extreme circumstances, yes, children have access to weapons and they're taught how to fight, yeah. Okay, so Starbuck, a bit surprised to say the least, to see that his rescuers are children. Anyway, he's been a little bit injured, so he needs to recover in like a cave. Anyway, the children, there's two teenagers. One's called Kyle, the eldest brother, and Afton. Well, no, she's not called Afton. It's the actress that went on to play Afton in Dallas. No, she's called Mary, yeah. And there's three more children, Ariadne, the younger sister, and two little boys. Anyway, they've rescued Starbuck, yeah. They've fought off the tin cans. Well, they mean Cylons, but they call them tin cans. And their father is a prisoner on board the castle. And the actor that plays him, he's either Mr. Wint or Mr. Kidd, one of the henchmen in Diamonds Are Forever, yeah. Anyway, Starbuck says, I'll help you get your father back. Well, more than that, I'll help you all get to the Galactica. You have a happy life if you live on board there, yeah. The Galactica is on the run all the time and constantly under attack. Is it the best place to live? Well, anyway, oh yes, and Kyle, he wears a winged helmet. Yes, to look like a kind of medieval warrior, yeah. And they ride unicorns. Why don't they ride animals that we've never seen before? Alien beasts, something we've never seen before? Well, because little kids think unicorns are really cool, that's why, yeah. Anyway, they decide to betray Starbuck, and, because Spectre, who looks like Lucifer, in fact, when I first saw this, I thought it was Lucifer, because they look so similar. Anyway, here's a toy of Lucifer, and look at his head, it's see-through, and there's lots of sparkly dots, like sparkly lights, yeah. Anyway, there's a reason for this, because Lucifer and Spectre, both robots, they have see-through heads, and all those flashing lights, that's their computer brain in action, yeah. Anyway, this is a toy of Lucifer, not very accurate, he's supposed to have a golden robe, but apart from that, yes, accurate, you can't see his hands because of the long robes, that's what Lucifer is like in the show. And anyway, so, while all this is happening, Boltar and Lucifer are on board a Cylon base star talking to Spectre. And yes, Lucifer gets a little bit jealous of Spectre because he's an older robot and yet he's doing the job really efficiently, yeah. And Boltar says, Lucifer, I do believe you're jealous. Yeah. He goes, no, I'm not. Nonsense. That's not in my programming, yeah. Anyway, Boltar, yes, he has plenty to do. Every now and again, Spectre has to report to him, yeah. And Boltar is very pleased that an entire planet has been conquered. Yeah, job well done, yeah. Blissfully unaware that, a load of children are going to outwit these Cylons, yeah. Anyway, the prisoner exchange. Spectre and says, we'll do a prisoner exchange. You give us the colonial warrior. In return, we'll give you your father back. And it's on boats over like a moat. And because most castles have a moat. And Starbuck finds out what they intend to do, swap him a prisoner exchange. And he says, no, don't trust the Cylons, they'll betray you. They won't give you your father back at all. They'll just capture me in addition to him. So this is what happens. The prisoner exchange happens, and their father, it's not their father at all, it's a dummy of their father, because it's at night, so you can't see it properly. Starbuck anticipated they'd do that, so there's a dummy of him. Yeah. So they both use the same trick. Yeah. And then afterwards, Starbuck, he comes up with this great plan to rescue the father, and they talk in like a kind of song. You do that first. Everyone has to do everything in the right order for the battle plan to work. At the bridge, the youngest daughter knocks tin cans into the water, yeah. And, I thought that was cool when I was a kid, yeah. And, I suppose I just have to mention this. Well, Lucifer, well, no, it's not Lucifer, Spectre says this. When they're under attack, all these bombs and laser guns being fired, he says, Centurions, stop those renegades. Now, when I was 7 years old, there was a kids' cartoon called Centurions on Saturday morning TV. These really super cool advanced super soldiers from the future, really advanced high-tech weaponry. I thought Centurions was a word made up for the cartoon. No, it's an ancient word, thousands of years old. So when I saw that episode, a big revelation. Centurions was not an original word at all. And then later found out Centurions was not an original word even when Battlestar Galactica was made. No, it's Roman Centurions, like super soldiers, yeah. Anyway, in spite of all his efforts, yes, all the children win basically with under the supervision of Starbuck, and it's a great victory. They save the father, and yes, lots of bombs go off that kill lots of Cylons, blow them to bits. Yeah. However, Spectre lies to Boltar. He says to him, "Well, we've won. We've killed all the humans on the planet. This is a swampy-like planet, and the atmosphere damages our circuits. Why don't we just leave?" And Boltar says, "Yes, that's absolutely right. I'm very proud of your good work. So as a reward, you can be reassigned to a different Cylon outpost, and we'll just abandon this planet." That doesn't make any sense. What was the point of conquering that planet if they're just going to leave it? That's crazy, yeah. So all those people they slaughtered and killed, they all died for nothing because they're just going to leave the planet Attila. That's dumb. That's silly. No. Cylons don't do that. They don't abandon planets. They conquer them, yeah. And, it's a victory. They win and everything. Oh, a bit of a blooper here, if you like. Starbuck, he offers to take, the father figure and Miri and all the other members of the family back to the Galactica where they can have happy lives. But they say, no, we're staying here. This is our home. We want to defend it, yeah. And all the Cylons are gone. Wait a minute, that's crazy. I mean, yes, it's good the family's reunited, yeah, all these children, yeah. What about when the children grow up and want to get married and start families of their own? How can they do that when there's no other humans on this entire planet? That doesn't make any sense at all. They haven't really thought this through very well, have they? Yeah. Oh, and plus, the Battlestar Galactica. Why don't some people from the Galactica go and live on the planet Attila? There's no Cylons there, so yeah, why don't some of them go and live there? And then they can start new families that way, yeah. They hadn't put that much thought into it. No, they didn't think past beating the enemy, beating the Cylons. Well, it pays to be forward-thinking, yeah. And while this is going on, Adama doesn't have that much to do. No, he's very ill throughout the whole episode on board the Galactica, so all the doctors and nurses look after him. And, Adama's like the father figure of the people of the Galactica, so this is mirrored with what's going on down on the planet Attila, the determination to get the father back. Yeah, have a good leader, yeah. So, yes, it was, although parts of it could have been thought out better, overall an enjoyable story. Yes, needs must. Everyone does their bits to fight the enemy. Okay, thank you for watching. I'm Anthony Hobbs, and I'm never bored.